Hello, welcome back to Gary's Crafts. Uh, as you watched in the last video, I just recently completed my crocheting project for my first pot holder. So I'm starting on a new one for another pot holder. So I started off by tying a knot in the end of my yarn. So now I'm making loops interconnected for my for the bottom border of my pot holder. To start off, you need about 16 loops, I think. Just go until you find the right length for your pot holder. It's about an inch long now. The yarn that I'm using is Red Heart yarn from Walmart, I believe. And the color is Bahama. So it's like multicolored yarn. So it has green and white and red in it. So it's a fun color choice to have because it gives you more variety in your creation for crocheting. So if you want more variety, then choose a yarn that is either choose a yarn that is multicolored or choose two colors of yarn and just alternate between them for your rows. Of crocheting. So I'm just going to keep going until it seems like it's the right length. This first step might take about 10-15 minutes, but I will try not to make the video too long. This is a tricky process to start your crocheting. So you need a lot of patience to start a crocheting or knitting project because the first stitches are usually the hardest ones to create, either on a loom or in your hand with a needle, knitting needles, or this crochet hook that I have. Now it's about 3, 4, I think it's 5 inches long now. You probably want a pot holder that's at least 8 inches long by 8 inches wide, maybe 10 inches, depending on the size of pot you want to put it under. Most pot holders are square, so that's a good thing to picture when you're doing the pot holder. A square pot holder. So, yeah. As you can tell, it has multiple colors on here. It's about 7 inches long now, so I only need a few more stitches until I start on the next row. I just wanted to show you a video of how I start my pot holder. And then after you start the first line of stitches, it's pretty much just adding stitches on top of other stitches. At the end, I'll show you that I add a row to the end of the pot holder, so it becomes a nice square crocheting pattern. Few more stitches and then I'll add another stitch at the end. Okay. So what you do is you put your crochet hook through the loop that you're crocheting through at the bottom. You put another piece of yarn at the end and you pull it through. So you pull it through the first loop, you put another strand of yarn at the end, and you pull it through. And then it becomes this nice connected stitching. I think that's about right. So at the end of this, I'm just going to add a stitch and then put it through this first stitch here, which is hard because it's very fragile. So you need to be very careful when doing this. So you put it through. I'll show you. You take this this hook, put it through this one, put a loop on the end of that, pull it through, put another loop through, so you go from 4 loops to 3 loops on one stitch. And then you pull these 2 loops over. So it creates a thicker stitch at the end. This video is getting kind of long. I'll try to explain in another video. But thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!